Hello, my name is Spark-Y. This is part 2 of my animation tutorial. It really doesn't matter if you see part 1, seeing as this time we'll be looking at the basics of the actual animation program. The program I'm using is Adobe Animate, as you can see here. And when you first install and open it, you will get this window. All you need to worry about is this Create New section, and you get a bunch of options. So I recommend personally to use ActionScript 3. This is so you can add sound to your animation as well without putting it in an editing software. The others are fine, but I recommend this. So once you click on ActionScript 3 or your selected thing, you will get this white space. This white space is your canvas. This is where you put everything on. It's like if you were to paint a picture, but the drawings are moving. So on your right, you see a bunch of stuff. You got your FPS over here stands for frame per second. You can change it as to how many ever you want. I recommend either 24 or to 30. Maybe 60, but that's if you are really skilled, and we are not at that part yet. So in terms of size, I recommend 850. I recommend the canvas size to be 854 by 480, mainly because that's the minimum size requirement for it to be on a YouTube video and not have black bars. You know what I'm talking about. So on the bottom here, you have your timeline. This is where you manage everything. Well, not everything, but how you manage the length of the animation. So as you can see, there is one singular line that I can select, and there are timestamps. So if I were to click, and this red selector doesn't do anything because I haven't inserted any frames yet. In order to insert a frame, click on any of these squares, rectangles, and hit Insert Frame. As you can see, now I have added a bunch more frames to my animation. Now then, regular frames don't do anything. They just sort of they lengthen the time, but they don't do anything else. If you want to add if you want to add something that if you want to add stuff on the canvas, you need to add a keyframe. So right click on any square again and click on Insert Keyframe. As you can see, the frame I clicked on now has a little circle on it. So now I can put stuff on here. So in order to put stuff on here, that's what these things on the right hand side of the screen come in. These are your tools. And first things first, we want to put something on there. So I recommend either this line tool, rectangle tool, or oval tool. I will demonstrate each of them. Line tool, you can click on, well, they're all pretty much the same. However, you can also select the color of the shape. So I selected green. So now you click on a spot on the canvas and you drag out, and boom, there is a line now. You can move it anywhere you want. And I should probably increase the size of this thing so you can see it. There you go. And now you can click on the middle and bend it any way you want, and also move the individual points around to make it however you want. Next up, rectangle tool. Rectangle tool is pretty similar, as all you need to do is click and drag, and you can make a square, rectangle, and I recommend you delete this outer line section so you have only one thing to select and deal with. And finally, oval tool. Again, it's simple. Click and drag, and again, remove this and remove the outer layer. So you can, we'll use these basic things for animating. Let's use the square for right now. I'll get rid of these. Now, if you want to zoom in, you click on this. You click on the magnifying glass here, and just click anywhere on here on the canvas, and it zooms in. So, how are we going to animate this? You might be asking. Now, first off, you will see that you can select, since you can select everything, you can, let's say, put a keyframe somewhere right here, like a couple frames later. There it is. And then you can use that key, and in that keyframe, you can move it slightly to the right, and the previous keyframe will stay the same, as you can see. And then just repeat. And then and then it moves. I should oh yes. Now if you want to customize your shape a little more, you can also click on this tool. This is called the free transform tool. If you click on it, and if you click on an object, you see a bunch of things that aren't there when you normally select it with your selection tool. These black squares are to edit the width, length, and general size of the shape. You can click on one of the side ones to make it longer. You can click on the top to shorten, make it shorter, to change the height, and you can click these to shrink, grow, pretty much general. You can do anything you want with the ones at the corner. You can also rotate it by going a little ways out for a corner and rotate, and then you just drag. This program is a lot simpler than it looks. And if you want to add text, there's a text tool. There's this, you click on the T, and there is a text tool. You can increase the font size and even change the font. I'm using a custom font, so Animate does not come with this. Why do I have caps lock on? Now, anyways, there are probably a bunch of other stuff that I need to go over, but, well, I'm only just covering the basics, so honestly, I don't think I need to cover any more. So, see you next time. Will I do a part 3? Probably not, honestly.